I feel like a lot of us stationery lovers and notebook enthusiasts have this sort of escapist relationship with our hobby. And whenever lives get too much or we're going through some major life transitions, we start craving a little stationery treat. And I'm absolutely no exception to this rule. This is actually what you're witnessing here right now. I'm opening my new passport-sized cover for my traveler's notebook. I already have one in olive, but ever since moving to a larger city from a small coastal town where I spent the last 7 years, I've been craving some kind of minimalist aesthetic, and the black TN just seemed like the right choice for me right now. But before I go any further, I feel like I should probably introduce myself. So, hi, my name's Sophia, and the reason I'm making this video is because I made a promise to myself and to Anna over on Instagram that when I receive her TN insert, I will film it and I will post it. So here it is. This is just an expanded version of that video because while I was waiting for the insert to arrive, I sort of decided to start practicing my filming skills, which I feel like they've been a bit rusty. They've gotten a bit rusty over the years. I used to do YouTube years ago before I went to uni, but I haven't really done anything in something like 7 or 8 years even. So this is my big comeback, if you wish. I've known about Traveler's Notebooks for something like 2 years, but I've only decided to bite the bullet and get myself one this past May. So I've had it for something like 8 months at this point. I absolutely love it. You can see that it's already developed some patina and it's all nice and smooth and shiny and has some little scratch marks from just being handled, being thrown in my bag, because it goes everywhere with me. So far, I've used my Traveler's Notebook as both a cover for my bullet journals / planners and as a wallet. So here you can actually see I got myself a new wallet insert. It's not the original Traveler's Company's one. I'm gonna be honest, they seemed a little bit too expensive, so I just got this one of AliExpress. I'm very happy with it. It smells like real leather, so I'm assuming it's real leather. And it looks so nice in the black cover. It just sort of blends in and it makes it feel so much nicer to hold in your hands, so much more substantial. It's like a little brick and I absolutely love it. Before I get into the most interesting part of this video where I open my Cafe Analog package, I decided I'd throw in a little intermission and show you my fir tree branches. Normally I don't like cut flowers. I prefer my plants to be, planted in soil, but I make a little exception once a year and get a few fir tree branches or wreaths depending on whatever's available. I do it mostly for nostalgic reasons, because growing up my parents would always get us real trees, and whenever you would walk into our apartment around Christmas time it would always smell like fir trees, so that's why I keep doing it. I was really disappointed with this one because once I put it in water and let it sort of sit for a few hours, I was expecting for it to start smelling like a real tree, but it just didn't. It just doesn't really smell like anything, which is very disappointing. It looks exactly like the type of tree we would get, but oh well. It's still beautiful. I chose to decorate it later with some 3D printed ornaments that my partner made for me. We recently got a 3D printer and we've been making a bunch of useless stuff. Yesterday I was actually in Amsterdam. I was attending my very first stationery cafe, which is, for those of you who don't know, a wonderful meetup organized by the Cafe Analog team. I can talk for hours about it. It was honestly like a dream come true for me. But either way, when I was there around lunchtime, I got a message from my partner saying that he got my package, and it turned out to be the Cafe Analog package with Anna's TN insert, which I've been waiting for something like a month and a half. I was so excited to receive it. I just couldn't wait to get back home so I could open it. But when I got home, it was already quite late and the lighting wasn't great, so I decided to wait until today to open it. Honestly, it was the cutest. Like, it was so much better than I imagined. Of course, I watched Anna's videos about how she made the notebooks and, you know, her packing all the orders with so much love, but it was just a completely different experience to actually receive it and hold it in my hands. But just to take a few steps back and explain what this insert is, for those of you who don't know Anna, she has a YouTube channel and she's also on Instagram. Her name on YouTube is Ana Jimenez. And if you're watching, I hope I said your surname right. I had to Google how to pronounce it in Spanish, but I'm not sure if I can trust Google, so I just hope it's right. So Anna makes these little inserts for herself. She gets this handmade paper from a local shop where I think her grandmother lives, and then she puts them together into these little inserts for her notebooks. And a few months ago, she actually released a very limited collection of these on Cafe Analog's website. And I was so lucky because I managed to get one and they sold out so quickly, which makes complete sense because they're beautiful and I'm sure so many people would love to have one. But yeah, they sold out very fast and I was honestly so happy that I managed to get my hands on one. So here you can also see me opening the little envelope with just some freebies that Anna so lovingly put into the order. I will cherish all of these and they will all get used in my journals at one point or another. But of course, right now I was too excited to do anything with them, so I just flipped through all of them one by one, admiring all the pieces of paper and thinking about how grateful I am that something so simple, something as simple as a piece of paper, can bring me so much joy. I've been a huge fan of Anna's work on YouTube and Instagram for over a year now. I can't quite remember how I found her, but at the time I was writing my master's thesis. It was during the last month before submission, so I was basically self-isolating myself in my house, just writing from morning to late at night. And whenever I would take breaks for lunch or just, I don't know, to stare at the ceiling and dissociate for a little bit, I would watch Anna's videos and they just got me through that month. So the fact that I can actually hold one of her journals in my hands is so special to me. And yeah, you can just see I'm rambling at this point, but I'm just so happy to finally have it and to finally use it. I promise that I'll try to actually use it and not quote-unquote save it for some special occasion, because the occasion will never come. So I promise that the next video I make, I will actually try to do something in that notebook. Once I finished flipping through all of the freebies, I decided to actually put the insert into my notebook. The reason I got a second TN cover to begin with was because I wanted to separate my planning from the more artsy kind of collage types of inserts, which I currently only have a single one of. I feel like at a later point, maybe when I finish it, I'll do a proper flip through. But for now, I just decided to take out the first insert, which just has these traveler's notebooks tickets and replace it with my new insert from Anna. I don't quite know what I want to do in this notebook yet, even though I have so many ideas. For example, I love the idea of making a little storybook where all pages are sort of connected, and if you flip through it, it reads almost like a story. Because what I like to do with my collages is I always add a bit of text. Some people call it found poetry. I think I've seen that term thrown around online, but yeah, I'm not sure what to call it. Either way, maybe I'll get to do another video soon where I can properly talk about the sort of collaging style that developed itself over the years. I don't think I've developed it because I don't want to take credit for something that just happened naturally. But yeah, let me know if that's something that sounds interesting to you, and maybe I'll get that done over the holidays. If you're still here, I'd just like to say thank you for watching this video, and I hope I'll see you again soon.